cocomarTech here, and today we have another phone review from the company Cubot, which is the Cubot X50. The Cubot X50 is a good overall budget phone which you should consider putting in your list if you're looking to buy a phone under 10,000 pesos or around $200 US. Starting our video is a quick unboxing. The box of the X50 is this black sleek box with branding on the sides and some details of the phone at the back. Inside, it comes with a SIM ejector tool, a quick start guide, some paperwork, a pair of Type-C wired headphones, a Type-A to Type-C cable, and a 10 watts fast charger brick. At the right side of the phone, it has the volume rocker and the hybrid dual nano SIM card tray with a slot for the microSD card to expand your memory up to 256 gigabytes. At the left, it has a power button and a dedicated button for your fingerprint unlock. And at the bottom, it has a bottom-firing speaker and the USB Type-C port. The Cubot X50 uses AG glass on the back cover, which has a more advanced texture. The AG glass retains the smooth texture of the glass while having better wear and corrosion resistance. And this glass back, it's not a fingerprint magnet at all, which I think most people will appreciate since a lot of you don't like slapping a case on their phones. And I really like the smooth texture. It's satisfying to hold and it looks good too. What I also like about the design of this phone are the edges. It's a mixture of boxy and curvy design, so it looks good and it's easy to hold with one hand. At the upper left portion of the glass back is the camera layout, which we will discuss later. For the security, the dedicated button for fingerprint unlocking is very quick and reliable, and the face unlock is also quick, but of course it's not as secured as fingerprint unlocking. At front, it has a huge 6.67-inch Full HD Plus IPS LCD screen display with 1080 by 2400 pixels, 20 by 9 aspect ratio, and a very high 92% screen-to-body ratio. The screen display is one of the best displays I've tested so far for the price range. It's punchy, blacks are deep, it's bright, viewing angles are great, and it's not just about the screen display that is great, but also the glass above the screen is also satisfying to use as the glass curves around the edges towards the edges like an iPhone, and the bezels are also slim except for the chin. But overall, watching movies, playing games, and anything you watch on this phone is great. The punch hole selfie camera is a little big, but it's not distracting at all. The Cubot X50 is powered by MediaTek Helio P60 and Mali G72 for the GPU, 8GB of RAM and 128GB of internal storage. It's a capable phone, it's not laggy or slow, especially with a stock Android 11 experience. Opening the app drawer, swiping through the home screen, and opening apps are fast. Having a vanilla Android experience really helps with its fast animations. Playing games is also great. Playing Mobile Legends is smooth with occasional lags during clashes. I haven't seen any frame drops yet. And the settings I've tested on this phone is with high graphic settings and 60 frames per second. Playing with the phone is really a great experience, especially with its amazing 1080p screen. Call of Duty is also great with high graphic settings with none too little lags. Ragnarok Next Gen also has the same experience, rare lags even when farming a lot of monsters and roaming around the busy city of Frontera. Genshin Impact is playable at low graphic settings, but you'll experience lag and frame drops, which is kinda understandable given that it's a graphic intensive game. Overall, I really like playing games with this phone. Actually, I was really surprised with the experience since Cubot is not a household name yet for the smartphone market, but if people gave the company and their phones a chance, I think its popularity will soon rise. Technically speaking, the Cubot X50 scored a single core of 293 for Geekbench 5 and a multi-core of 1377. If you're just looking at these numbers, I know it lags behind the popular brands within the same price range, but based on testing a lot of phones, the speed and power is not really noticeable against its competition if we're talking about simple tasks. But yes, you can really see the difference when opening heavy apps like Genshin Impact. Again, if you're not using or playing heavy games, then I think you'll be completely fine with this phone. The Cubot X50 has a single bottom firing speaker. I'd say it's average. It's not the worst, but I think it's not also the best. Anyway, here's a sample speaker test for you to judge. Equipped with a 4,500 mAh large battery capacity, the X50 will always back you up to finish your work and spend your enjoyable game time. Based on testing this phone for a couple of weeks already, I'd say the battery performance is around average to above average depending on how you use your phone. A day of playing around an hour of Mobile Legends, 40 minutes of Genshin Impact, and watching a couple of YouTube conspiracy videos, I'm getting around an average of 4 hours and 30 minutes of screen on time. Also, playing a 15-minute of Mobile Legends eats around 6 to 7%. What I can safely say is to expect your charge your phone just around the start of your evening. Again, this may depend on how you use your phone, but I'd say it's around average. Charging speed is also average with the included charger brick in the box. I'm getting around 22% in 30 minutes of charging and a 0 to 100% in around 2 hours and 15 minutes. Lastly, let's talk about the cameras. For the rear lenses, the Cubot X50 has a 64 megapixel Samsung main lens, a 16 megapixel ultra-wide lens, a 5 megapixel macro lens, and a 0.3 photosensitive lens. For taking selfies, it has a large 32 megapixel punch hole lens. Taking photos was really amazing with this phone. The dynamic range is good, it has a lot of details, contrast is just right, and the skin tones are more or less true to life. The macro lens is your typical macro lens, but I think it's one of the best out there. The ultra-wide lens is also good with lots of details with a little more contrast, although it suffers in low light as it has lots of noises, but it's good with ample amount of natural light. The selfie camera produces detailed photos with more accurate skin tones. Overall, it has a good camera setup, especially for the main lens, and the camera UI is also easy to use and understandable. This is a selfie video test for the Cubot X50. So comment down what do you think of the overall quality, the sharpness, the saturation, the vibrancy, my skin tone. What do you think overall? So I can also see the stabilization as I'm walking very slowly. Comment down what do you think. This is the video test for the main lens for the Cubot X50. What do you think of the overall quality, the vibrancy, the sharpness, the overall picture quality, and of course the stabilization? Comment down below. The Cubot X50 is priced at around $200 or 9,300 pesos here in the Philippines. I'll be putting links in the description box just in case you want to buy this phone. For the verdict, I think the Cubot X50 is a good phone with good overall performances. My favorite specs of the phone is the screen display as it really is detailed and punchy in person, and the main 64 megapixel Samsung lens as it produces great overall photos. Just in case you reach this part of the video, what's your favorite feature of the phone? Comment below. Well, that's it for this video. My name is cocomarTech. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Keep safe, guys.